Hello, it's the beginner crafter. Welcome to the first WIPTube video, the combination of FlossTube and Crochet and CraftTube. Although today I only have actually what I would normally show in the FlossTube because I only cross-stitched in the last 2 weeks. I don't really have an idea for what to do in crocheting or knitting. Nothing that would scream to me, make me, or something like that. I'm still thinking, debating what I could do, and just nothing really is there. So I only cross-stitched these 2 weeks, and who knows, the next 2 weeks also might just be for cross-stitching. So let's see what I've managed to make. First, Miranda, which is my sort of focus piece for the year, and I did quite a lot here, quite a lot of stitches. I went really down, and I'm getting close to this light area of where the sky meets the sea, so there will be lots of different colors, and I made about 1500 stitches in Miranda, so quite a nice progress. And next time, because it will be sort of the end of January, I will sum up how many stitches I've made and what the progress was during the month. But I'm hoping to get to the sea already by next time, just to get to those darker colors, and there will be more color changes, but I think that will be also fun to make, even though it usually is annoying to have to change colors all the time. Then I want to share my finish, the first finish of the year, but it's also the end of the work. I mean, this is the 2022 Blackwork stitch along, so the last thing for me to do were the December fillers, so I made them. These are the ones here, and there was quite a lot to think and to count all those stitches. So as you can see, a lot of lines, and the colors here are quite light, so you can't really see well, I guess, or not too well. I think darker colors work better. I haven't yet started the 2023 stitch along, even though it is half of the month, so next Friday I think will be the monthly filler, and I still need to do the borders, but I think last year I also started quite late, and I started with boarding the fillers, the weekly fillers, before I started filling them in, so it took me a while to actually start. And the reality is, I don't know where my Ida is, the 14 count, because I think I'm doing it on a 14 count, and I would like to keep it this way, or maybe it's 16. I'll have to check. if it's a 14 or a 16, but I would like to sort of keep it the same, all my Blackwork SAL stitch alongs. So I'll need to find my Aida first, then start doing it, and I just haven't really had the time to do that, to find it. So my first finish is done. We'll start a bit later, I guess. I also worked on Mini Marvellous Garden, so the peacocks, and I did fill quite a lot on page 2. I also did put some stitches into page 1, so it's much cleaner, it's not as empty. I think the biggest difference is here in this part of the wing, because it was quite empty, and also a little bit here. There are some white spots around here still on page 2, but I am thinking already of moving to page 3, and actually you can see there is a little bit of stitching done there too. In Mini Marvellous Garden I made only about 300 stitches, so not too many, but like I said, Miranda is my focus piece for the year, so I mostly do stitches there. And with Mini Marvellous Garden, even smaller amount of stitches makes a difference. With Miranda or Avarice, that I'll be showing you in a moment, it's not as easy to make a difference. You have to make a lot more stitches to really notice it. Here 300 stitches and I can already see that it's cleaner and just looks nicer. And then Avarice, which is my last piece to show you. Just the tape keeps making noise. So with Avarice, I'm mostly working on page 2. However, some stitches sort of require me to start at page 3 and also clean up a little bit page 1. So as you can see, page 1, especially this area, is cleaner than the last time I showed you. There is still this bit here of white from page 1 that still needs cleaning, but you know, it can wait for a while. On Avarice I stitched about 700 stitches, and it's not as easy to see. I know that because I remember what I stitched. Those sort of circles, they are getting like filled a little bit more. I know I filled this part. I know I filled the arc also a bit, and made some stitches there and there, but it's not as easy to notice. Even though 700 is quite a lot of stitches, it's not as easy to notice, especially when I'm not stitching like grid by grid as I do with Miranda, or most of the time with Mini Marvellous Garden. Here I'm not doing it as much, the grid by grid. It's mostly like cross country, I think it's called, where you just follow the color and stitch all the stitches in that color. So it's not as noticeable at times, but I know that those circles where the motif will be, they will be stitched. I mean, they look more stitched and more like what they should look like. So they have this more circular shape. So that's it, actually. That's all I stitched. Like I said, I haven't yet found a project for other crafts that would say, hello, I'm here. I did put Mod Podge on on the diamond painting, but it doesn't really change anything. It's just, it makes it sturdier, but you've already see the finish of it, so I don't need to show you that it's actually finished, because it looks the same. It's just a little bit stronger, and more, I hope, immune to different kinds of damage. But I'm still looking. I want to knit something because I want to go back to knitting. The problem is kind of that I don't have too many knitting needles, and I kind of need to find a project that I like that can be done using the needles that I have, or I really need to find that something that I absolutely want to do that will make me sort of buy new knitting needles with the size that I don't have. I decided not to do the pillow, the Sassenach, I think it was Sassenach knit along from last year, where people taking part in the knit along knit pillowcases, and I wanted to do that, but after such a break from knitting, I don't think this is the moment to do them. I would probably just get annoyed all the time. I need to practice knitting more, so I need to find something to knit, and I just haven't found a project yet. So maybe within those 2 weeks I'll start something. Maybe I'll find something. Maybe I'll find a cross-stitching project also to make, but for now, not really. So it's just cross-stitching for now, and that's all I can show you, even though it's the new WIPTube with all the whips that I have. It's still just cross-stitching this time. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, it's really appreciated. Leave a comment if you have anything to say, if you can recommend any projects for me to make, for example. Think about subscribing if you want to see all the projects that I'm working on or I will be working on. This year my goal is to design a crochet projects and make tutorials. So those will be appearing on my channel as well in the future. I'm hoping in February, maybe March, but we'll see. But if you subscribe and especially click on the notification bell, you will know that I have posted such a video. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!